Britney, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Y'all, Britney Renner just got her heart handed back to her. No sauce, no sides, and definitely no ring. Word on the street is that after months, maybe even years, of fantasizing about being Kevin Gates' spiritual soulmate, sis allegedly found out she's not even the main character in this story. Nope, she's a side chick. And not just a side chick to his wife, which was already obvious. Kevin's got a whole roster of women. To make it worse, she wasn't just flirting. She was allegedly preparing to marry him. She was converting to his religion, learning Arabic, and getting ready for a full nikah, like this was her big redemption arc. Plot twist? Kevin's still out here posting Drea like she's his forever. Meanwhile, some other woman named Persian P has been claiming him too. Kevin's out here moving like a man with a harem and a vision board. Now Britney's somewhere curled up, crying over Quran verses she barely learned. You can't make this up. Let's rewind for the folks in the back. Britney and Kevin first started popping up together around 2018 to 2019. Y'all remember that phase. She was glowing and giggling on Instagram, and Kevin Gates was out here talking about drinking bath water and aligning chakras. The energy between them was real. Both were in their rebranded but still toxic phase. Kevin being all deep and mystical, Britney tapping into her feminine energy. Honestly, they were low-key perfect for each other. I say perfect because the real plot twist should have been player meets player. But something shifted, slowly, quietly. Next thing you know, Britney went from finessing ball players to posting prayer hands and wearing a headscarf. Not even a soft launch. She dove headfirst into spiritual alignment like she was trying to be Mrs. Gates of Medina. 5 months ago, Britney popped out looking like she just left Friday prayer with the aunties, and the internet noticed. Hijab, modest talk, full transformation. And while she said it was personal, child, we would have believed her if she wasn't also loved up with Mr. Gates. Now, don't get me wrong, people find faith in their own time, their own way. And if Britney genuinely had a spiritual awakening, then good for her. But the math wasn't mathing for everybody because her rebirth just so happened to follow her getting close to Kevin again. And this wasn't the rapper Kevin. This was Sufi sex sage Kevin, the one talking about energy exchange, soul contracts, and astral projection, but still out here dipping into every woman's energy like it's buffet night. So while Britney was studying Surah Al-Alaq, Kevin was allegedly sampling from multiple plates. His wife Drea's, Britney's, Persian P's, and whoever else was spiritually available.
Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you. Britney, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Now, this is where it starts sounding like the beginning of a Hulu documentary. Word on these digital streets is that Britney wasn't just talking about Islam. She was walking it straight down the aisle. Allegedly, she was telling folks she was getting ready for a full Muslim wedding with Kevin. Like for real, nikah ready. Sis was out here browsing modest gowns, asking about culturally appropriate colors, and researching bridal mehendi designs like she was about to be someone's chica. But hold up, let's rewind. Kevin Gates is still legally married to Drea. Yes, that Drea, the same one he's always posting about, calling her my rib and my piece. And yet, Britney was allegedly moving like the first wife had already exited stage left. Child, the delusion wasn't just loud. It was wearing white. It gets crazier. Even if Kevin is a serious practitioner of the faith, Britney should have known he's allowed more than one wife. But honestly, I don't think anyone really takes that man seriously. Nobody but Britney, of course. Kevin's not new to this kind of confusion. He's been causing chaos since he stepped into the studio, rapping about enlightenment and booty eating in the same breath. He's what you'd call a spiritual menace, deep 1 minute, doing the most the next. And this isn't even his first entanglement. He and Drea have been together forever, but also rumored to be doing their own thing, cheating, separating, reuniting, keeping the marriage alive through vibes and legal paperwork. So when Britney entered the chat, folks were like, oh, okay, just another chapter in Kevin's open book, open marriage, open trifling theology. But Britney, she wasn't walking in like some casual link. Sis came in with baggage, bridal dreams, and blessings from the ancestors. That's where the wires got crossed. They looked like a couple who just returned from a retreat in Mecca and a hood day party in Baton Rouge. But then Kevin turned right back around and posted Drea again, calling her his foundation, his queen, his spiritual compass. So what's Britney supposed to be? The tour guide? The compass holder? Allegedly, around this time, someone close to Kevin finally told Britney the truth, that she needed to stop chasing this man. And baby, when that truth dropped, Britney went quiet, like real quiet. The kind of quiet where you replay everything in your head and realize you might have given wife energy to a man who already had a whole family plan. Now, Britney's sitting somewhere with her Quran in one hand and her heart in the other, trying to make it all make sense. Allegedly, because we're not trying to catch a defamation case. Word is, she had a full-on emotional spiral when she realized she was just one of many in Kevin's spiritual circus. She was in tears, like real tears, the kind where you can't eat, can't sleep, and start questioning why you let go of your old self for a man. And it wasn't just heartbreak, it was humiliation. This wasn't just girl meets boy, boy plays girl. Britney bet the whole house on this. She changed her life, publicly, spiritually. She told the world she'd found peace, only to find out she was praying behind a man who didn't even save her a spot on the mat. Worse, now she's got to face the same internet that once called her wild, saying, "See, I told you." And that's the real tragedy here. Britney used to be the blueprint. Y'all remember sports stars, rappers, influencers. Sis knew how to move, how to market, how to play the game. She wrote the finesse manual, bound it in lace, and read it aloud on a podcast. "I'm not a victim," she said. "I'm a businesswoman with a beautiful face." But now, the finesse queen fumbled herself. For love, for potential, for a man who, respectfully, has 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot in the mosque, and 1 foot in somebody else's DMs. Don't ask how Kevin be everywhere. Sis let go of her power to prove she could be soft, sweet, and submissive. And now look, sipping honey and vinegar with a side of regret. But here's where it gets tricky. Did Britney really find Islam? Or did she just find Kevin Gates's version of it? You know, the one where you meditate in sage smoke, pray 5 times a day, and still post thirst traps by the pool? Because here's the thing, faith is real. Transformations are real, but so are performances. And when women start shape-shifting for men, it's hard to tell where belief ends and fantasy begins. And let's be clear, it's not all on Kevin. Britney is a grown woman. And when you're grown, you've got to do the math before you convert your whole lifestyle for a man who can't even publicly claim you. You knew he was married. You saw the Instagram. You heard the lyrics. So now we're left wondering, did Britney get played or did she play herself? What do y'all think? Did Britney really fall in love? Or was this just another spiritual cosplay to bag a messy man? Can a woman truly find herself while still trying to be someone else's dream girl? And when the finesse queen gets finessed, who's to blame? The player or the game she thought she mastered? Drop your thoughts in the comments.